Now to make the basic card, it's very simple. All you've got to do is print out the pages that you want. Now this is the page here. Now I've printed this onto a thicker card because this will be the basic card. That's up to you what thickness you want to do it on, depending on the printer you have. Then you'll want to print out also an insert to go inside. I just print this on the thinnest office paper, or you can do it on a silk paper or whatever you want. There's just a little preparation to do before you start. I'll put that to one side. I'm going to just bring my cutting mat in, and just down this line here, just take a ruler and also an embossing tool or something that's a little blunt, and then just run down the middle there with your embossing tool, just so this creases perfectly. You can give it one or two, it doesn't take too much. Then you can take your same ruler and then you can start cutting it out, and just lay your ruler down the side like that, and take your scalpel. Now obviously you can use a pair of scissors, but you do get a nice neat line. And what I do as well, I cut just inside of the black line so I get a nice edge all the way along there. So what you do with that then is you cut all the way around. To save time, I've got one here already cut out, as you can see, and because I crease down here, that bends easily, and you've got the basic card. Now you can leave it at that if you want to, but we've also got an insert. And again, just take your ruler and a little embossing tool and just run down the middle. It only takes a light touch, just so it bends easily. Then cut this one out as well, and I've got one here cut out, again to save time. That's cut out all the way around the edge. Now instead of folding it that way, you want this inside the card, so this will fold that way, and because you've creased it, it folds perfectly. Now all you've got to do is take your card and place that inside there, and what I do is just take, you can use double-sided tape, or I'm using this glue stick here, just put a bead of glue down the inside there. You only need one, and then just marry this up. I fold it over and stick that down, make sure it's in the right position. You've got time to move it around slightly. There you go, just stick that down there. That folds over there like that, and then you have a perfect card like that, and you've got your insert inside to write any message that you want. Now you can go ahead now, and if you want, you can decoupage that, and you can even make the envelope. Now once you've made your card up, you can 3D it if you want, decoupage, whatever name you want to use. This is a typical 3D sheet. Now you've got the main part here, as you can see. Now sometimes you may have little fiddly bits on here, maybe the bubbles were here or what have you. If you find any bits you think, oh that's too fiddly to cut out, cut the legs off, cut the ears off if you want, and keep it as basic as you want it to be. You've also generally got a choice of sentiments that you can stick to the card as well. So that's like a basic 3D decoupage sheet. But what we're going to do, I've cut them all out ready. There's the first section. Now you can see there. Now you can either use like a silicone glue, but I like to use double-sided foam pads. And if the foam pads are not quite as high as you want them to be, just use 2. That was a strip where we folded over and just stuck it down. Now all you've got to do is layer these over the top. Get that exactly where you want it, or you might want to kind of just twist it so you get another effect like that. You might want to do it on a jaunty angle maybe. But we're just going to keep it simple this time and position this over the top like that. There's your first layer, and you can see you've got that 3D look. You might be happy with just that, but we've cut the other pieces out. I've kept the legs on this time, and I'm just laying this down over the top as carefully as you can. Don't press down too much in case it's completely wrong, but I'm happy with that, so I can press that down now. and that's give it another layer. Then I've got the next section here, which is the baby's head, and again that just goes over the top and sticks down. Final part of this one is just the head with no hands, and that just goes over the top there and stick that design. So no matter what design you get, that's the basic technique of doing the decoupage 3D. Now the sentiments, you could just stick those on straight away, but again I've put a little bit of foam pad to give it a little bit of height. Now you could do something, put it on a jaunty angle there across there maybe, but I'm going to keep it quite traditional, this one, and I'm just going to stick it there like that. So that is the basic principle for making the cards. Now cards come in different sizes, as you can see here, and it's the same principle. Whatever card, whatever design you've got, that is the basic principle of just doing the 3D. Now you've finished your card and you're going to want to make an envelope to go with it. Now the envelopes come in various sizes to match the card. Some you can print out onto just one sheet of paper. Others you have to print onto two pieces of paper. There's the top part and there's the bottom part. I'm going to just crease it before I cut it and fold it, and all you've got to do is find out where this grey line is here, and then just put your ruler along the line, and using a embossing tool or a boner, you can just cut across there, and then that will bend easily once you've cut it all out. Now I've cut the pieces out ready to assemble. There's the bottom part of the card, and this is the top part of the card. And you see I've already creased them and they fold over easily. What we're going to do now first is turn this over, and we're going to just assemble this large one. I'll show you how to do it as a one fold as well in a minute. So first of all, fold that over, and then I'm going to use a fairly strongish glue because I want this not falling apart, and just a little glue down there, all the way down there, and it's good to get down to the edge, but you don't want it spilling out. So a little bit of glue along there, and then you align this up with the base here like this, and just slide this into position. And with this particular glue, you've got a little bit of wiggle time, so you can move it around. Make sure those flaps fold over and it's on the base perfectly, which it is. That's that. Now open your folder there and then fold these two flaps in like so, and then just slide this down, and taking the glue again, you just want to put a little bead of glue down each side here, one there and one here too, and then just fold that over, make sure the flaps are on the inside there, fold it over and stick it down like that. Then this just folds over and you've got your envelope, which is perfect for your card. So now your card can just slip in there. I find if I'm doing decoupage, if I try to slip it in that way, it always gets caught. So one tip from me, my personal tip, is slide it in upside down, and generally it'll go in much easier and come out much easier too. So there's my folded card there, and there's the envelope to go inside, and you've got the envelope and card. Now it's a slightly different technique for the all-in-one envelope, which is that one there, and I've already cut this out, and I've also scored it so it all folds over easily. So just fold all the bits and pieces over. There's an edge there, there's an edge there. Now I've done this in thinner paper because you don't want to spend money on the exotic paper if it's just an envelope, but of course you can if you want to. So that just folds over again, and all you do is put the flaps down there like so. Now I like to put the glue on the flaps this time, the two little flaps here, and just put glue there, and a little glue on the opposite side, like that. And then this just folds over like so and sticks down. Very easy. That's all in one for your envelope. So there's my envelope all ready now, and again that's perfect for putting the card inside. So no matter what size of card and envelope you've got, card, you've got the envelopes to match. So there's the large card and the matching envelope, then you've got the slightly smaller card and the matching envelope, and finally you've got the very small card and the matching envelope as well. Very easy to do, so no matter what design you've got, it's the same principle. To make the card, make the envelope, make the 3D. Now if you want to make a gift bag, it's really easy. Now we've got this here, there's the gift bag. You can print it out, doesn't matter what design it is, this is the basic technique of putting it together. You can get them with designs on, or you can get them with no design on that you could just doll up yourself. Now you can also print out gift tags as well if you want to add those. Now I've got one here that I've already cut out. I scored it down the score lines here, just using a ruler and an embossing tool. Just go along there so it's easier to fold once you've cut it out. It's all been cut out, just fold these over, making it easier when you assemble it. Now I'm sure you've got your own ways of doing this, but this is the way I do it anyway. I turn this over and I fold that flap down, and I take my glue. Now I'm using this glue this time because there's a special reason, I'll show you that in a minute. So this is, if you do this glue quickly, then before it dries, then you can fold this over and stick it down, and it'll be stuck down permanently like that. So just stick that down, make sure it all folds together nicely, and it's all ready. You can print this out as well on card or paper. I've just got ordinary paper here because it's like a little gift bag. I want it to fold. Now you've got these little flaps here at the end. They're going to seal at the bottom. Now what I do is I take the flaps, fold them in, fold that one in, and then turn that over, and I'm just going to put a bead of glue just along the edge because they're only just going to touch there. And then I put my ruler inside. You want something so that you can actually fold this over and it'll meet some resistance. So I'm folding, oh that didn't want to come out, did it? Or my ruler goes so far in. So fold that over first, get it in position, try and do it a bit quicker than I'm doing it, and then put your ruler there, or something else. It could be the end of a hairbrush or something like that, so you've got something to push against. And then that bottom, the base there, seals perfectly like that, and that's stuck down like so. So you've got your basic bag there with the lid. Now what you're going to do is just fold those in like so, and put your present inside, fold those in, and I just kind of crease the top so they fold in nicely, so you get that kind of effect down the side. So I'm just sticking that like that, just giving it a little crease at the top so you've still got the full bottom, and we all have a full bottom, don't we? Just crease that like that. Now why I use this type of glue, because if you put this glue on here, the flap, the little flap that closes it, I want to be able to open it and not ruin the bag. Now if you put this glue on, depends on which make you use, let this dry so that when you fold it over it will stick, but it means you can open it easily. And I can show you on this one here. I've just got to let that dry. There's one here that I did, and you can see there how that opens. Just pull that open there like that. The glue's on here. When you want to seal it again, you just press it down and it's sealed nicely. Now this should be dry enough on this one, and again I just press that down, the glue should be fine there, and that's going to stick down over there. If you want to add a tag on there, you can do. Little tag down there, just glue it onto it. You can also add some sentiments on there as well. I've got one or two here. You can stick that on there or whatever you want to do. So that's just the way I make the gift. Oh, that's come undone there. So I'll stick that together at the end, don't worry. And that folds over there. And those are the two gift bags. Very simple way.